to the Daily Ascent. I'm Molly Carmel, and this is the podcast I always wish existed. A bite-sized, on-the-ground, spiritual note that can shift your thinking and your outlook on life to help make us all a little bit more awake, alive, and ascending. So today's episode, I love it, is about building something you love and then getting the fluff out of the way. So a while back, one of my closest friends, Michelle, and I built something together called the Connecticut Women's Club. And I've actually talked about it on the show a lot. It started as this idea between the two of us trying to connect women and have friendships that aren't about work, blah, 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 blah. But it's become this really amazing living movement and a community of women who gather around things that are interesting and cool and matter. And we made this decision a while back that we are going to run this thing so simply because we both have other jobs. Both have multiple other jobs. And actually, when we were running it, it was actually starting to feel like a chore. And we were like, no. So we only do things at Connecticut Women's Club that we are like psyched about, like, heck yes, full on. Yes, 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 yes. So basically, if it isn't a full body yes, we don't do it. And that's the full and entire rule. And we are now planning this event with our friend, Jess, who is like a psychic medium. I hope you believe in this stuff because, like, why not? But if you don't, this is not a story about a psychic medium, but it's a great story. And when Jess asked if we wanted to collaborate with her, I mean, I was in North Carolina when I said yes, and you could have heard my yes in Connecticut. I was just like so excited about it. And guess what? My heck yes was a heck yes, because from the second we all started talking about it, it was like, not only was it easy, it was like energizing, exciting, no forcing, no pushing, no talking anyone into anything. It was just like the three of us were literally supposed to be doing this together. Like the real thing already existed somewhere, and it was just like waiting for us to show up to the party. So the energy was amazing. And we were just lit up and still are lit up about this. And so we had our meeting and we sat down to plan this event. And I don't know, we just turned from these spiritual ladies into like type A controlling ladies. We just immediately, and I guess it's normal, right? You're planning an event. I mean, you have to plan it, but we started managing it, right? Where do we have it? Whose house? Is it a location? How many people? How do we make sure it's not too big? How do we make sure it's not too small? And honestly, that part started to get me a little tired, right? It felt to me inadvertently like we were gripping the wheel of something that just was so much bigger and so much more alive than the three of us. And, you know, given that these are two of my friends, I just felt this pull to stop and say, you guys, like, crazy idea. This is a kind of a spiritual event. Why don't we take that stance on it? Why don't we not do any of that planning yet? Why don't we just put the event up, give an idea of what we're going to do, see who wants to come, and then a few weeks before the event, we'll plan it from there. And everybody was like, oh my goodness, yes. They were also a heck yes on that, right? And that was it. Put it into the world and let the event show us what it is, and then build around whatever shows up. You know, there's this line I heard so many years ago on my spiritual path that I mean, I don't live by every day, but if I did, my life would be completely different, which is we row and the universe steers, right? And that meeting was the whole lesson. We were three people inadvertently trying to steer when it was like our job just to row. Like we were trying to captain something that already had a captain. And our job is not to steer it. Our job is to get in the boat and row. So that brings me to our pocket sage today, Mark Nepo, from his gorgeous daily reader, The Book of Awakening. It's so good, highly recommend. Like someone falling off a boat struggling to stay above the water only makes things worse. We must accept we are there and settle enough so we can be carried by the deep. The willingness to do this is the genesis of faith, the giving over to currents larger than us. Even falling leaves float in lakes, demonstrating how surrender can hold us up. Let me read that one again for those of you in the back. Like someone falling off a boat, struggling to stay above the water only makes things worse. We must accept we are there and settle enough so we can be carried by the deep. The willingness to do this is the genesis of faith, the giving over to currents larger than us. Even fallen leaves float in lakes, demonstrating how surrender can hold us up. Struggling to stay above the water only makes things worse. That was kind of what our planning meeting almost became. Just three of us thrashing to control a current that would have carried us and is carrying us just fine. So, our word of the day today is row. It's one of my favorite words of the day that we've ever had, 198 episodes in. So, I think we really mix up these two jobs spiritually, rowing and steering. They are not the same job. Rowing is our part, right? It's the effort that is ours. Show up, get in the boat, put your oars in the water and pull. Like, do the honest, humble work of moving the thing forward. Steering, on the other hand, steering is deciding where it all ends up and how big it gets and how it turns out. And the amount of times that I've had to learn the lesson of the difference between rowing and steering is honestly, Ascenders, embarrassing. Steering is never ours, right? And I know for me, when I lunge for the wheel, I'm not being responsible. I'm being scared. And I'm trying to lock in an outcome that is not mine to lock in. Our job is the oar, not the ocean. So here's what I want us to be thinking about today. When something is a clear heck yes, when it's alive and blessed and bigger than you, your very first instinct is going to be to control it, like, welcome to being a human. And that instinct is really sneaky because it doesn't feel like fear. It feels like being responsible, planning ahead, doing your due diligence, like you're being a grown-up about it, right? But watch what it actually does when it's steering, not rowing, right? In rushing to manage the thing, we thwart it. We decide how big it's allowed to get before we've given it a chance to show us. We pick the smaller room. We plan for only a few so we won't be disappointed. And the thing that wanted to be enormous quietly becomes exactly as small as our fear made room for. And here's something I've come to believe. The universe never roars. It doesn't grab you by the shoulders and shout. It nudges, it whispers, it speaks in very quick sentences, it opens quiet doors. So if you find yourself going in circles, spinning, thrashing, exhausted, that is a hardcore spiritual tell. That churning, it's the sound of you fighting a current that's trying to carry you somewhere, and most likely somewhere higher, right? And somewhere that you couldn't have steered yourself if you tried. And that Mark Nepo reading, chef's kiss, right? It's the struggling that makes it worse. The leaf that stops fighting is the leaf that floats. And I think this is one of the truest spiritual things that there is. And I don't know, but for someone like me, like impossibly hard, right? I love the plan. I love the steering wheel, right? The gripping is what sinks me though, right? And letting go and going back to my oars is what holds me up. And I want to be clear about what I mean, because I'm sure a lot of you high-powered type A's, right, are like, what are you talking about? We have to plan. I mean, yeah, we do. But surrender can get really misunderstood, right? Because surrender is not doing nothing. I mean, I don't think we just should have sat there and been like, yeah, like, let's just let the universe decide all of this. Like, we had to talk it out, right? That's rowing. Like, Jess and Michelle and I still send the invitations, we open the doors, we get the food, we do our part. Rowing is real work, and it's ours to do. But rowing is not steering. You pour yourself into the part that's yours with the oar in your hands, and then you take your hands off the part that was never yours, which is how big this gets, how it lands, who it reaches, what it becomes. So wherever you are right now, if you're white knuckling something, a project, a dream, an event, a relationship, your whole life, if you feel that specific exhaustion of trying to force an outcome you can't actually force, I want to offer you that you might be sitting in the wrong seat, and I want to hand you an oar instead, right? Go do your part all the way and let go of the wheel. Let the current do what the current does. I pinky swear you will be amazed at what wants to carry you the moment you stop fighting the water. So, our reflective question of the day: where are you gripping the wheel of something you were only ever meant to row? And listen, I got to say this. I see this the most. I see this hurt people so deeply in their relationships with their food and their body and that endless cycle of starting over. So much of that pain is the thrashing and the gripping and the white knuckling of a thing that you're trying to control by sheer force, right? Going in circles, exhausted, blaming yourself for not gripping hard enough. If you know, right? And this is exactly this is exactly what we heal in the Stop Starting Over system. Not more control, just a different relationship with all of it, learning how to row and trust. And there is a link to a discovery call if you want to come talk to me. I'm obsessed with you. I would love to talk to you in the show notes, or you can go to Molly Carmel for more information. And I am right here with you, Ascenders, picking up the oar, letting go of the wheel, trusting the deep to carry us, because we rise together. Until next time.